because we finished ISEX right at the beginning of the month. And in that month itself, my income shot up to, 10 lakhs.
Hi guys, welcome to another interview as Kingdom Club winners. And today we have Reddy with us, a man who has done some immense great work as a business coach for financial advisors and people who are in a job to get them out of their job. He has gone from a certain revenue to 10 lakhs per month in just 2 months using the same model that we teach at ISEX. And today we have with us Reddy, and he's going to share his immense valuable secrets with you guys so that you can also scale your business. So welcome Raghu to the interview. Finally, you've made it in just 2 months to the interview. That is super, super crazy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Himanshu, for having me on your interview show here. And I'm really honored and I'm really grateful, and it's my pleasure and privilege to be talking to you here.
Lovely, man. Lovely. Just to give a little bit of background, like who you are, what do you do, who do you help, and just a bit of background.
अगर ये इस टाइप की वीडियो पसंद है तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब मत करो. Click on my channel, see all the videos. If you feel like there are videos which can actually help you, then so click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon for the notification.
Well, okay, fantastic. And I specialize in helping financial advisors get high-paying clients and high net worth clients, and help them to grow their business and make it profitable, by giving them predictable systems to instill in their business. And that's exactly what. And also I help the managers, financial advisor managers, to recruit top performers and build their team rapidly. That's what I do with financial advisors, so that they get a profitable business up and going. But on the other side, I also help working professionals, to earn about, at least 6-figure income, even without quitting their job. And in fact, my future vision is to build an empire on that, front.
Makes sense. So, as I was able to understand, you're from Singapore. You run two things, which is one for financial advisors to grow their business, and the second part is job professionals to, have a side hustle or a business that works for them. Lovely.
That's right.
My next question comes on that. Basically, is like, why that business? Like, why financial advisors? Why working professionals? Why not like anything else in the world? Like, what's your why behind this?
Well, that's a fantastic question, Himanshu. And you see, previously when, I started this more than a decade ago, I was doing sales training for, business owners, financial advisors, network marketing professionals, and real estate agents. I used to do in the hotels preview, and then, sell my programs, 3-day weekend programs. And then I realized that, if I make a difference in a financial advisor's life, a financial advisor is meeting at least 10 to 15 clients every single month they're able to onboard. So which means there's going to be a huge impact that I'll be creating. If I, instead of training, let's say, for example, one business owner, one real estate agent, how many properties they're going to sell, right? But if a financial advisor, the best part is, why I niche down to financial advisors is because a financial advisor is like, for me, I believe that they're like financial surgeons who, prevent the financial damage from happening to the individual and families. So I thought that's a better, way to, approach this business, so that we can make a huge difference.
And also it becomes a ripple effect kind of thing, where you are not helping a person, but you're helping with that 15-20 people.
Right. And the best part is, that financial advisors are really struggling. They don't have a proper system. They don't have any sense about how to do their business, in the sense that, they're all product driven. In every country that I've been training, including countries like Romania, where English is not the primary language, they're all product driven. But for me, I'm more solutions driven. You see, so that makes a paradigm difference. And that's the reason when they use my systems and processes, my clients get results within the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they have massive results.
Got it. So how was your life before joining IC? Like before you joined ISEX, how was life and business? Like, just give a brief over that.
Well, that's a good question. Before coming into ICE, I was practically struggling, right? I was struggling a lot, especially learning all the, types of funnels. And I tried so many different funnels. I've gone to some of the best gurus in the world. But, they always tell you the strategies, but nobody showed us how to really implement them and how to fine tune. Yes, we can implement, but then it doesn't work, and then you don't know how to fine tune it. You see, and that's where I used to fail miserably. I tried a lot of stuff.
Can you give some
Even before
examples,
I've
like
written.
any
Yeah.
examples where you tried something and it failed? Like what should not people do?
Well, the most important is, you see, I have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. You won't believe it. I've maxed out my credit cards, spending on these courses by the so-called gurus. And when I went into their programs, and I'm a very good student, I take everything and implement. But you see, not that I didn't learn. I learned few things, but it's not in totality. Like it didn't give me amazing results. So here's what my take on this is, it's important to really find a good mentor who not only tells you, but shows you exactly how it is implemented. And more importantly, gives you that support, the back-end support, so that if something goes wrong, okay, there's that support there that we can reach out to, and they will help us. That's the missing link. You see, and that's what I find in you guys, especially Himanshu and I's team, that you guys give massive support, right? And help us to overcome even the smallest problems. And that's a game changer right there.
What was like one support moment you got from the team that you feel like, wow, like any from business coach, from CRMs, from head, whoever support gave you? Like what was that one point where you felt like this is wow support?
Well, every touch point there is support, right? Including, the business coach you have allocated keeps pushing us to complete our implementation work. And is there any problem? So if there's any problem, it's immediately addressed, right? So, and we can reach, and we have access to, the team. That is the best part. And if there's anything, we just have to fill out the form, and then we can get the, implementation going without having any hassles. You see, so that's a major game changer right there.
Makes sense. So what was your so I'm going a little back. What was your first impression of internet coaching empire, or first impression of Himanshu Agrawal?
Well, you see, I was traveling from Singapore to Bangalore. Usually every year I come to Bangalore and stay there for 2-3 months in my home where my parents are living. And I happened to go into YouTube and I saw your ad. And the sort of energy you are, displaying there, and sort of confidence, and you were saying that on the ad, you're saying, I'm going to show you, and you can see the magic happen on the screen. And when I went into a landing page, I saw all that and told, oh my God, this guy is doing so. And I've seen such ads before, other Indian, coaches and mentors, but somehow even those I had gone and checked them out. But when I checked you out, just on the landing page itself, I thought this guy has something very different, right? That's what I could feel. Not because you're sitting on a private jet there. Well, all of that didn't impress me. What impressed me was that you're going to show in the 3 hours, you're going to show how to implement it, and you'll be able to execute it. That thing caught my attention, and I said, okay, let me go in. And it was a no-brainer when I came in, you see, for the 3-hour workshop. It was really mind-blowing, because what you showed in the 3-hour workshop and what I learned, I can tell you for sure, I had never learned all of that in the last 10 years.
Crazy.
I can guarantee you that, because I've done almost like you name it, you name the guru, I have got their trainings. Okay. But what you showed there was like 10-15 years put together, like in just the 3 hours, and it was so overwhelming and mind-blowing. And immediately after the 3 hours of workshop, just I took one bit of it, just the OTO, page, this one, the script that you gave. And I immediately did it. And because I wanted to change that, because what I had on my OTO page, I did have the ebook, but on the OTO page, I had a training. Now that was the biggest mistake. And when I just used your 6 minute, I think 5-6 minutes only, and that too without my face to it, right?
Yeah.
It's like a VSL video. And usually I like to be on the video, but I just wanted to try it. And immediately I saw result. I told, oh my God, this is crazy, right? And that's why I said, even before coming to Megamind, which was about 15 days away from that 3-day workshop, I had close to 4 lakhs in income.
Crazy. So with just a little bit of workshop thing, you were able to get to 4 lakh rupees.
Yeah.
And this
Yeah,
is like
absolutely.
before you joining ISEX or any big program, something like that.
Yeah. No, you just your 3-day program. That's it.
And then
And
how are
even
you
on the
feeling when you
3-day
were going through the
program,
change?
I saw so much of value. And even there, you explained how, the sales part, how you're doing it, which I was already doing. It's not that I was not doing the same thing, but there were certain things I could learn and pick up from even that training that was really mind blowing. It's like a game changer. I can tell you that.
And then how are you feeling when you were going through the changes? Because, like sometimes you're skeptical about the change. Sometimes we, block that change to coming from us. Like, how were you feeling when you were going through the change?
No, I was not that skeptical at all, because when I attended your 3-hour workshop itself, I knew that what you're showing is something that's latest and greatest that's happening in the industry. And I also knew that, after the 3-hour workshop, that you're one of the top guys in India, right? That's doing this, and you have cracked the formula. You've got the winning pattern there. You got the winning formula there, and I knew that. So I wanted to learn. I wanted to learn more. I was having more hunger to learn from you. And that's what I did in the 3-day program as well. I took everything. In fact, I did my own recording of that, and I watched it so many times. I got my admin also to watch it. And it was really mind blowing. And we started implementing each one of those components that you're showing, right? And even with what I already had, even the small tweaks I did gave massive results. Right. And I didn't do anything like a major shift. Even the small tweaks, when I did initially, I had the results. And then I started doing other major things as well, like writing a new ebook and putting up the entire funnel as per what you showed. So all that happened.
Makes sense. Makes sense. The exact results, if we talk about, you came to the 3-day event, and after that, you made 4 lakhs. And then you joined
Yeah.
ISEX. What were the results after that?
Well, after that, immediately in that month itself, because we finished ISEX right at the beginning of the month, and in that month itself, my income shot up to 10 lakhs. The
Great.
very next month, from 4 lakhs to 10 lakhs. And after that, the very next month, that is this month, in the very first 1 week, 10 days itself, let's say 10 days itself, I've
So today is
done
11th when
9.
we are recording this. So in first 10 days.
Right. That's right. So 10 days, I've done 9 lakhs already.
Wow. So this monthly project will go around 20, 25.
Right. Now I have 20 more days to, go.
Crazy.
And it's really amazing. Yeah.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. So you told, that you have gone through some tools, you do some changes, you went through some scripts and all of that. What were your like top 3 favorite tools, templates, whatever you want to call them? What are your top 3?
Well, one of the most important, not one, there were quite a lot, but I think 3 or 4 of the major takeaways I had, especially even in the Megamind ISEX, is, I learned how to dominate the industry. Right. You showed us how we can dominate the industry. What are the components that needs to be in the system to dominate? And I was thrilled with that because I was halfway there. And when you showed me the entire thing, I thought, oh my God, this is exactly what everyone is doing. And how come I didn't figure this out? Right? This is what Neil Patel is doing. This is what all the guys are doing. All the gurus are doing. When you showed it, I thought, oh my God, this is so crazy. And I learned that from you. And apart from that, even in the sales training, even though I was using most of it that you showed, right? But one of the more major ones that I learned, even in your sales training, where I picked up as a good student, is how to increase that gap even more, right? How do you, get the current reality even to the worst condition, and then the, future reality to future vision to even much higher, and create that massive gap. And then the another thing that you showed was, switch off your camera and tell, I want to talk to my team, right? And I did that with, sometimes even today I told, look, I'm so busy, I may not have the time to coach you, because I need to ask my team. And it was like, those are the things, those small things that makes a huge difference. And that becomes a big game changer as well. But of course, your sales process is just mind blowing. Even as a newbie, that's crazy, right? And more importantly, the best takeaway I had is not only dominating the industry, the Godfather system. Oh my God, that is crazy. That's mind blowing. And in fact, you won't believe it. I'm sure you're going to believe it, but I didn't believe it. Like when I saw the results, especially I did have the front end, I did have the back end because my job is to get strategy calls, and that's what I was working on all the while. But when I implemented the mid end funnel, which was the biggest missing link in my business, right? And I just started, I'm not even gone fully there, just did one webinar. Even I did a landing page, and I created just 4 days I ran the ads, and I did most of it is organic traffic, right? And there was some paid ad traffic, and I put them in the mid-end funnel group, and did the training for 3 hours, a similar one like what you did for 3 hours, similar one to show to my clients of how artificial intelligence is changing the world and how it's changing the financial service industry or any industry. And it was mind blowing. And the sort of reviews I got from there and the results I got from there was crazy. Like, and from there, the very next day, I received a message, right? And some of them didn't exactly immediately book my calendar, right? But they sent me a message saying that, Raghu, I need to meet you. I want to talk to you. And then when he came on the call the next day, actually it was 10,000 Singapore dollars
Wow.
sale. And that's equal to 6 lakhs,
Wow.
just like that. And I didn't even have to use the sales script.
Yeah.
He said, the skills that you have, this is what my client said, who just enrolled in this month beginning, paying 6 lakhs. He said, the skills that you have, I don't see any other guru have in this field, right? Because creating the funnels, and even when I did the AI training, he said these skills nobody has, and I want to revamp my entire business using your system. So please be my mentor. You see, that kind of stuff,
Crazy. And
it's
you went
amazing.
from-
The Godfather system is the real deal. It's a game changer.
when I also teach that, I tell everyone that when you're learning this, nobody in the world has created a better organized system than that, because I've also gone through all the world's training that is possible, and after that it's like handcrafted 3 years of your deep research and making that up so that it works for everyone. So
Right.
you
In fact,
said,
I had a similar different structure for organic, right? On Facebook, I used to do organic, and I used to show my clients how to do organic, like a complete web I had created. And same thing, what you have done with the entire system is this is crazy, right? It's
lovely,
really
lovely.
crazy and mind blowing.
And you have also
Yeah.
started charging more, because now the lead flow is better, every quality of clients
Oh
are
yeah,
better, so you have charged way higher. So what shift you had
absolutely.
in mindset and business where you are able to charge 3-4 times that you were charging? So you're already charging high ticket according to Indian terms, which is 1-2 lakhs.
Right,
You're charging 6-7
right.
lakhs per client. Like, how is that happening?
Like where I was charging 5,000 Singapore dollars or 3 lakhs, I started charging 6 lakhs now. And just for one thing that you said, right? And I kept that in my mind. And of course, all the other things also, increase my confidence of how I structure my trainings and all of that stuff. We'll come to that in a bit. But more importantly, one thing you said, even in ISEX, is, okay, what price should you charge? When the question is asked, you said the price that you won't regret, right? Because I saw the amount of work that I need to, give. If I have to give results to my client, I need to put in a bit of my work as well, right? There's a lot of work I need to put in. It's because some of the things are done for them, right?
Yeah.
Other than just the LMS part. So I said, I just, previously I used to quote 5K, even for the same program. And when this guy came, the other day, I told him, well, usually, I charge 30,000 for this. And in fact, I did quote 30,000 to a California client, and he's going to work with me starting next year beginning. He's amazed with the entire system. So I created something called as the Your Profitable Business in a Box, and created the entire system,
Nice.
just like how you had showed. Using your strategies, using a Godfather system, instead of showing all the things, I just put a symbolic picture like that and showed them the entire structure. In fact, I emulated and copied exactly how you did your webinar in the end, how you showcased your offer, right? That's the exact same thing I emulated and I put together, and I quoted to him 30,000 USD, right? Because he
Right.
wants to build the entire life coaching business. I told, okay, these are all the things we can do, and I'm going to do this. Some of it will be done for you, some of it will be done with you, some of it will be through coaching. And he said, it's quite high a bit, but I'm okay. But you have extreme clarity about this, so I'll go with this. So kind of stuff. So I told this guy, look, I'm charging 30,000 right now, but if you want it in Singapore, I know you can't afford that much. I would like to give it to you at 10K. And he said, that's a no-brainer. Take my card. Right.
So 8 lakh means
So
exactly
that's what.
in rupees, if I tell, yeah, approximately 8.5 lakh rupees. Right.
Yeah.
So what shift did you had in that mindset due to which you were able to charge more, like that amount?
Well, the mindset shift that I had, even in ISEX, is, man, there's so much that I'm giving, actually, so much of value I'm not charging for it. And that's what you made me realize, that what you are actually delivering there, I'm delivering here the similar thing, right? And why am I not charging more? Because I'm actually burning myself out doing all this, and because I live by my clients' results. And every one of my clients knows that. I go to any extent to get them the result, right? If they're not getting the result, I will sit down and make sure they do the work and get the result. That sort of a guy I am. So, when I'm doing so much, I told, why not charge more? And what you did in ISEX, especially the mind shift change, using, the 30 beliefs, the
The
first
laws of
week
millionaire.
training. Yeah, the 30 laws that we need to follow. So I knew all of that, and not that I didn't know, but when I revisited and you put it together in that format, that made a big change as well.
Makes sense. Makes sense. So you must have also, done some changes in your product or service that you give to, your clients.
Yeah.
What were those changes and how does your old product look compared to like new product, new service?
Well, that's a good question. So you see, I have now more clarity on how to deliver, right? Because that's where I used to, even now, sometimes I get overwhelmed because how am I going to scale, right? So now I know I have clarity how to scale. Because after you showed us some of the tools, without mentioning what tools they are, certain tools you showed us that gives us the proper structure of what we need to deliver week by week, and exactly what are the tasks that my clients have to perform. And just by putting that into one place using one simple tool, and when I show it to them, they're blown out of their mind. You see. So it gives them extreme clarity. It gives me extreme clarity exactly how to deliver this, right? And previously, like I used to do it just from my mind, okay, after this one, after this one. But it was not on a written document, or I didn't
Now it's
use a tool.
documented.
And that was a change that, yeah, it's now documented.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Of course, I do have a LMS. I do have LMS, but how to really structure it, that's what I learned.
Makes sense. You also said a lot of things about your sales process. You did a small tweak here, small tweak there, and scaled up and all these things. So what change do you see in your like earlier sales process to the new sales process you have built? And how anyone can, use those tricks or changes that you have done to grow their business as well?
Well, to talk about the sales process that you taught us, even in the 3-day workshop, or even in ISEX, is just mind blowing. You see that, and there's a lot of missing components and missing links in any sales process that anybody learns. And it's the same with my clients. They have learned so many sales process, but when they go through my sales process, it's like mind blowing for them. Same thing happened to me in your training when you taught us, the entire structure, the matrix, the entire matrix, where you taught us all the components. And when we plug in all the components, when I implemented it, I saw a major change in how, the sales went through the roof, right? Especially how, we are able to close the sale easily, through bringing about an emotional roller coaster ride instead of using, logical processes, right? And especially I've been using similar sales processes, but in spite of that, what I learned from you, some of the other components that I was able to implement, and that made it complete for me, very comprehensive right now. And especially if somebody is new and what you teach is like, you don't need any other sales process. That's what I can say. That's the world's best sales training ever, period. That's the world's best, Godfather system and funnels mastery. That's it, period. They don't need anything more than that.
Makes sense. Makes sense. So, what would be your like happiest day after joining ICE? Like when did you close a deal or when you attended Megamind? What was your happiest day after joining ICEX?
Well, after joining ICEX, I'm from the day I joined ICEX, I've been very inspired, and you can see that enthusiasm right now in me. That's the sort of enthusiasm I have throughout the day. And right now it's 12:30 a.m.
Yeah.
And you can see like as though it's the beginning of the day. That's the sort of inspiration and motivation, and having the thing in mind that Himanshu is there. ICEX is there. The team is there to help me to overcome any barrier I face. That's a big pillar in my mind. That's a huge. That support is the biggest missing link for anyone in this field, in the coaching and consulting in this industry. That's the biggest problem that everybody faces. And your support and your team support is immense. I mean, I've never seen any coach until now in my last 25 years have this kind of support system. And if somebody fails in ICEX, right, I can guarantee that they cannot succeed anywhere else.
That's
right?
That's a big one.
This is the place where Himanshu and the team, you must succeed. There's no other way. There's no other choice. If you don't succeed here, that means you can't succeed anywhere else. That's what I feel.
Crazy,
right?
Crazy. So, you have 3x your business, you have 2.5x your business.
Right.
You have increased your profits. Now there's a process that gives you customers every single time, whenever you want them, on demand. What are you working on right now? Like, what's now the future plan? Like, what's the scaling plan?
Well, I had this, vision and dream since quite long, but since ICEX, and I have activated it even more. And I see myself that in the very next year, not in the next 3 years, 5 years, in the very next year, this is where I see I'll be building a complete empire. Just like how you built ICEX, I will have my own team. I will have, I don't know what I'm going to call it, but let's call it like maybe it's going to be something like Megamind, Megamind kind of a stuff, an empire, like industry superstars empire. Especially that market will be for, working professionals to earn a 6-figure income. I'm going to build a complete big empire and, scale it up to that extent in the very next year. Of course, knowing that I have Himanshu and ICEX team backing me for that, I know for sure that I will be able to achieve that.
For sure, we are with you. No doubt in that. What results your clients are also getting? Share that as well.
The results my clients are getting are crazy results. Like, can you imagine that through the trainings and through, of course, whatever, I've implemented right now using ICEX strategies and Himanshu strategies.
There's not been a lot of time that you have been ICEX. I think you have employed 10%, 15%.
Yeah, I've done about, I can say less than 20% of what I learned, even in the Godfather system. And even with that kind of this one, which I'm able to now, whatever I implement, I get results first, and then I see how I can change that for my clients as well. And that's exactly what I'm tweaking, even for some of the clients that have been working with me for 2 years long and 3 years long on retention. Even for them, how can I make these funnels work better for them? So that's what I'm looking at. And the results my clients are getting are crazy, right? For example, financial advisors used to take, to reach MDRT, which is the $1 million round table, they take normally 12 months to do that. But through my trainings, they're able to now reach MDRT within 3 months. And in Singapore, after ICEX, I got a guy in Singapore. It's a very tight market in Singapore.
Yeah.
And in spite of that, within a month, he reached MDRT.
Wow.
$1 million round table. And that's the sort of results that my clients are getting. And of course, when I get calls, right, on strategy calls when they book. They already know me because of the results. Because my results, all my clients' results are published on my Facebook, on LinkedIn, in my Facebook groups. So they go there, they check me out, they see the result, they say, oh my God, I want these results. Can you get me those results? Right?
Crazy.
So it's amazing results. Yeah. With the structure that you have given us, Himanshu, it's really amazing. And not only I'm implementing in my business, whatever I implement and see results, I'm also tweaking my clients this one as well. Results using that.
Because my job was also to create that triple effect only. Because if I can help
Right.
Raghu, Reddy would help
Absolutely.
more people. And
absolutely. That's what we live by, right? It's not only we transform ourselves, but we need to transcend.
Yeah, makes sense. So, what made you distinguish, because you have, completed all the courses of the planet, right? You have seen everyone.
Yeah.
What made this stand out? Because when you're purchasing, you feel like, yeah, another course, right? Or I'm going for another thing. And you feel like, you have this thing inside you that, so what was your
You
take?
won't believe it. You won't believe it. When the 3-day program, right? No, sorry, no, the 3-hour program, when I attended the 3-hour program, by the time you are ending and you're started the offer, right? I was having my card ready, right? And you won't believe it. I was ready to pay when I saw that you are scaling down. You scale down first. The juxtapositioning the price at the first point itself. I was ready to pay. I don't, even if it's 70,000, I'm going to pay it now, right? But then when you scaled it to like some crazy about us,
7,600.
like divided by, I don't know, like by 10, it was a no-brainer. I just bought it, right? Even the 3-day program. In fact, the 3-day program, the last day I could not attend because I was traveling, and I had it recorded, and then my admin also told this was what was offered. I went through the entire offer. Then I immediately, sent a message to your admins and told I want to enroll. Send me the link. And in fact, I paid in full, one shot, right? I didn't want an installment. I told, this is crazy, right? I need to be there in Mega Minds no matter what, because the immense value that you gave and the sort of training that it's beyond imagination. I can't describe it actually, right? And because I know the pain I've gone through, and I've struggled a lot. Okay, I've burnt myself, right? In fact, it impacted the family as well. It happened to that extent. And that's when I started rebounding back, and for couple of years. But then I came back and I was able to sustain, but sustaining was not enough. I was not happy with that until I found Himanshu and Isaac.
Right.
So now I'm more hungry. I know, like, I do everything myself, right? I want to learn the skill and I do it, and then only I train my admins to do it. So that's the sort of the guy I am, where I learn, and I'm a good student. And even whatever you're giving the weekly tasks, weekly this one, I'm just going through it. And the most important, you see, here's the most important thing that I always do, and I would suggest that everyone does this, because as a coach, that's what I teach my clients as well. It's, if you want to learn something new, you have to block your time.
Yeah.
Right. And if you don't block your time, it's not going to. That's why I live by my calendar. From the time I wake up, time I go to sleep, everything is on my calendar, right? And my life runs on the calendar. That's what exactly I teach my clients as well. And in spite of putting it on the calendar, you can still fail because life happens, right? So many things are happening. So I block my time on the calendar, even to do new things, right? To implement new funnels or whatever, and tweak it. In fact, I'm writing another book right now. Even before this, I was writing another ebook, right? After you just released the training in the 3rd week, and I had to go and redo the whole thing. And I checked, there's some more improvements there. And now I'm going to rewrite the entire book, right? Which was already running, but it was not proper. It was on the recruitment side, which I'm not using it effectively. So now I'm building an entire funnel for recruitment using a new book with the new strategies you're showing. And that's the thing, to do that, we need to block our time. And the other secret I have is once I block my time, I place an alarm. Right.
Yeah.
Even for this interview, I'd placed an alarm. That's why I didn't see your phone when you rang before, because it was on silent. And I placed the alarm, and when the alarm goes off, I just get to do the work.
Makes sense.
I just clear out everything, close the door, and just do the work. Focus, get the work done, do the emotional, empowerment, and just get to do the work and complete the work. That's it.
Law number one, millionaires use prioritization.
You don't block your time, and you don't place an alarm, you will never get the work done.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest vacuum or the missing component in everybody's life in terms of implementation, you see.
There are a lot of people also who are in ISEX and have not got results as fast as you. They'll get, I'm sure, for that, but they've not got as fast as you. So what's your advice to those people who have not got as fast as you?
You see, one of the things is
50% of your batch has already got results. Like 50%, 40% of batch has already got the result.
Right.
That too in like 1 month. Right. So what about like this?
Right.
If they're listening to this, what advice would you give to them?
Right. The advice would be, you see, not every flower will bloom at the same time because of the skills that you have learned. But having said that, if you surrender to the system, right? If you just don't use your intelligence, just follow the system week after week, block your time, and just do it, implement it. You got a problem, we have the support. You reach out, get your barrier, overcome the barrier, and just keep moving. That's what I would tell them. It's all about implementation. See, the human psychology, lacks implementation. Execution is the ultimate secret. And you want to execute, just surrender to the system. Don't use your intelligence. In fact, just to give you a little bit background about that, you see, currently, some of the things I'm not using the system you showed, like you showed System.io.
Yeah.
Okay. And because that's a free tool. Why wouldn't I use it, right? I'm using paid tools like Lead Pages, like GetResponse. So now when I want to give my clients the same free tools, I need to use it first.
Yeah, correct.
So now my new ebooks, I'm creating it on System.io so that I learn that skill, and then I can also, do everything for my clients there.
Yeah.
Right. So if I find any blockage there, like if I find a barrier, of course, I'm going to reach out to your team. I'm going to ask them, hey, can you guys help me out here? I've got these problems, and they'll definitely going to help me out. And I keep moving forward. This is what I suggest to even those, guys who are still struggling. Block your time and just do the work, surrender to the system, follow the structure, just get it done. You got problem, reach out. Support system is there, because this sort of support nobody will get. I can guarantee you that. I've been to so many. Nobody will give you the support that Himanshu
especially at this price point. Especially at this price point.
Absolutely. Nobody will give the support. No coach, no mentor. You can expect this sort of support. This is amazing what you're doing.
Advice for those who are not part of ISEX but planning to join. Like they're watching this video and they're like, should I join? Is it good? Kuch hoga? Is it another program? Like what would you say to them? According to
those who are on the fence or having any sort of skepticism, I would say that, guys, you can close one eye, okay, and just get into the program. That's what I would tell them. This is a game changer. There's no other program in the world that can give you these results so fast, right? And well, if you want to burn some of your money, then you can go somewhere else. No problem. But ultimately, what I feel that they'll have to come back to you, right? They have to come back. And like they say, all roads lead to Rome, right? Anybody, the coaching and consulting field, I believe that they need to come to you.
Makes sense. Thank you so much for this.
And don't think twice, and you don't have to have no doubt about it. Absolutely no iota of doubt. Himanshu is the man. That's what I would say. And he's the real deal. And it's a game changer. That's it.
Awesome. Where these people can find you, if they want to buy your services, if they want to book a call with you, or they want to see your social media, where they can find you?
Well, it's simple. They can go to Google and type my name, Raghu V Reddy, and you can see my Facebook profiles. You can see my Instagram. You can see my LinkedIn. You can connect with me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and send me a message, and I'll be more than willing to help.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for watching this particular case study. I hope you took notes and you got some value out of this. We'll bring some new and newer case studies with time. Here was Reddy, who shared his secrets of how to grow your business as a consulting or a coach or whatever business you have, and how to grow that to multiple figures, and how did Raghu did it. I hope you got value from this, and we'll be soon releasing more and more case studies. I'm really sorry from a lot time I'm not releasing these case studies because I didn't get time. But now I've blocked out my calendar, as Raghu said, for these case studies, and I've made a separately Calendly link for just case studies. And now I'll be shooting more and more and producing more and more so that you can get more value out of this. If you found value, you can follow Raghu on the places that he has shared. I'll drop all the links in the description. And thank you so much for watching. It was wonderful having you. Thank you so much, Raghu. Thank you for sharing your insights, and thank you for sharing.
Thank you very much, Himanshu, for having me on this interview show. I'm really grateful. And a big thank you to you and the ISEX team. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
अगर ये इस टाइप की वीडियो पसंद है तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब मत करो. Click on my channel, see all the videos. If you feel like there are videos which can actually help you, then so click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon for the notifications. Thank you.